Sir, now up to this, just we completed what is lambda expression, what is the functional interface. Next, what is about default methods inside interface. Sir, next enhancement. Do you know from 1.8 version onwards, we can declare static methods also inside interface, right? Okay, happily we can declare static method inside interface. What is the need or what is the how you can access these things? Let me explain, sir. Sir, do you know static method nowhere related to object, interface also nowhere related to object. Then, sir, what is the need of defining static method inside class? If you want, happily you can define static method inside interface. Sir, what is the purpose? That part I will discuss. Suppose assume I have one interface, interf is there. Within that I am taking public static void m1, public static void m1 system.out.println. Okay, sir, interface static method like this I am taking, sir. Interface static method like this I am taking. So from 1.8 version onwards, just to define general utility methods. Are you getting? For any class, sir, these are just a generally required utility methods, nowhere related to object state. Such a type of general utility methods, happily you can declare inside interface in the form of static methods, no problem at all. Sir, these methods are utility methods. Any person can call these methods just by using interface name. Remember this, sir. These are not meant for only implementation class. Any person, whether that class is the implementation class or not implemented class, don't worry. Any person happily can call this method just by using interface name. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, point number 1. From 1.8 version onwards, inside interface, we can declare static methods, no problem at all. What is the purpose of declaring static methods inside interface? Just to define general utility methods. For that purpose, we can go for just to define utility methods. For that purpose, we can go for, okay, interface, of course, static methods, right? Next, there is one small twist is there. What is that twist is? Take very special care about this one. Sir, I am taking, here observe carefully, sir. I am taking implementation class. Class test implements interf, class test implements interf. Okay. Sir, now public static void main method string array args. Public static void main string array args. Now what I want to do, let me create tester t is equal to new tester. Tester is equal to new test. Just I am creating an object for the implementation class. By using this object reference, I am calling m1 method. Okay, this is the first phase, sir. By using this object reference, I am calling, sir, interface static method, right? First phase. Anyway, it is the static method. By using class name also you can call. Parent class static method by default available to the child class or not? Or by default available to the implementation class or not? Yes. That's why I am calling tester.m1 method. This is the second possibility, right? Sir, it is the static method of interface. By using interface name also, I can call m1 method. Just take very special care. Sir, in how many ways I am calling interface static method? By using implemented class object, or by using implemented class name, or by using interface name. But here the twist is, if I am taking like this, compiler will give left and right. Remember this one. Because the reason for that is interface static method by default not available to the implementation class. Remember this one. So we can't call by using interface object reference or by using implementation class object reference or implementation class name. If I am trying to take like this, immediately comparative method we are going to get. Sir, interface static methods always you can call by using interface name only. Whether this person is the implementation class or non-implementation class, compulsory. If you want to call interface static method, compulsory we should use what? Interface name only. But you are not allowed to use implementation class name or implementation object reference and so on. Everyone can able to understand? This is the small twist, sir. So inside interface from 1.8 version onwards, we can take static methods. Clear? Next, what is the main purpose of static methods inside interface? To define general utility methods which are required for multiple people. Next, interface static method by default not available to the implementation class. That's why in the implementation class you can't call static method directly or by using implementation object reference or by using implementation class name. Anywhere, if you want to call interface static method, only one way, by using interface name only we are allowed to call. By mistake, if you are trying to call in any other way, comparative method we will get. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, that's it. Sir, inside interface, just I am declaring one static method, sir. Sir, what is this method? Static method, just I am declaring inside interface, right? Now, in the implementation class, how I can call this a static method? That's about my job. Here just observe what I am trying to take here is just I am calling M1 method directly. Is it possible or not? Because just now I told, sir, interface static method by default not available to the implementation class. We are not allowed to call directly. Have you observed? If I am taking Java C test.java, immediately comparative method we are getting, sir, I am unable to find the symbol M1 inside the test class. Okay, so directly you can't call. First approach won't work. Now I am taking test T is equal to new test. I am creating implementation class object T.M1. I am trying to call by using implementation class object reference. Have a look once. Have you observed that? Same problem is going to come at a T.M1. Okay, it is also won't work, sir. Okay, next I am taking tester.M1 because it is the static method, right? That's why directly by using class name I am trying to call, sir. If I am trying to call by using class name, have you observed? Same problem by default is going to come test.m1. Then it is also won't work. Then only one way. What is the interface name? interaf.m1. If I can take interaf.m1, have you observed? The code compiles fine. Java test. If I consider happily interface static method, by default is going to get the chance. Are you getting that? So interface static methods, if you want to call, compulsory we should use interface name only. There is no other way to access interface static methods, right? Okay, that's all. This is what you people should aware about interface static methods. Sir, what is the purpose of so from 1.8 version onwards, inside interface I can declare static method. The main purpose of interface static methods is to provide to define general utility methods. Next, sir, this interface static method by default not available to the implementation class. Sir, how you can call? Any person can call interface static method by using interface name only. Clear for all of you, right? That's all. Sir, just now I explained what is static method. I mean how we can declare static methods inside interface. Next, what is the purpose of those static methods? In the implementation class or in general class, how you can call. Up to this is the clear, right? Now, interface static methods with respect to overriding. I want to talk about interface static methods with respect to overriding, right? Point number 1. Interface static methods by default available to the implementation class or not? Not available. Are you getting? If the interface static methods by default not available to the implementation class, parent class methods by default not available to the child class, where is the question of overriding? That's why overriding concept not applicable for interface static methods. Okay, if you want, you can define exactly same method in the child class, no problem at all. It is valid but not overriding. Remember this one. So interface static method by default not available to the implementation class. That's why overriding concept not applicable for static methods. Is it clear for all of it? Okay, not applicable for interface static method. If you want exactly same static method in the implementation class, you can define. It is valid but not overriding. Clear? Just a small example. Observe that I am taking interface interrup. Sir, this interface contain a static method. Are you getting? It's a contain a static. Now in the implementation class, I am defining the same static method. Can you please tell, is it valid or not? Valid but not overriding. Remember this one. Similarly, here observe both are static. Sir. Now let me go for second example. Interface interrup. Sir, it is the interface static method, of course static. But in the implementation class, I am overriding as non-static. Are you getting? I am implementing in the implementation class, I am trying to define the method as non-static. But in the normal Java classes, if the parent class method is the static, child class method is non-static, then immediately compatible method we are going to get, because we can't override a static method as non-static method. Have you remembered? But in this scenario, we never going to get any compatible error because it is not overriding concept. Sir, this is the M1 method of test class. This is the M1 method of interrupt, right? Okay, it's valid but not overriding. Just observe third scenario, right? Sir, parent class method, static method, right? Sir, under public anyway, right? In the child implementation class, I am declaring the same with the private modifier. If it is the normal Java classes, parent class and child class, while overriding, we can't reduce scope of access modifier. Parent class method is the public, but child class method is the private. Immediately compatible method we are going to get, sir. But in this case, it is valid because it is not overriding concept. It is the method of implementation class. It is the method of interrupt, right? So it's a very clear indication. Parent class static, interface static methods not available to the implementation class. That's why overriding such type of concept is not applicable for interface static method. Based on our requirement, we can declare exactly same static method in the implementation class, no problem at all. Clear for all of it? Okay, that's all. So now observe, from 1.8 version onwards, I can declare static methods inside interface. If you are allowed to declare static methods inside interface, why can't you declare main method? If you can declare main method inside interface, why don't you run interface directly from the command prompt? So make sure this type of facility not available until 1.7 version onwards. Sir, I can't declare main method, I can't run interface directly from the command prompt. Have you remembered? But in the 1.8 version onwards, we can declare main method inside interface. If you want, you can run interface directly from the command prompt, sir. Just have a look once. Just this is my interface interrupt. I declare interface interrupt. Just in the, just I'm taking main method. Have you observed public static void main? SOP of interface main method, right? Sir, just I saved this one interrupt.java. Let me compile. Java C interrupt.java, Java interrupt, happily it is going to compile and run, sir. So from 1.8 version onward, we can run interface directly from the command prompt, because inside interface we can declare static methods including main method also. Just have a look once, sir. Here the same example I want to run. Here just observe interface interrupt, public static void main, okay, system.out.println interface main method, like this I am taking, sir. Just I saved this code as interrupt.java. Let me compile. Java C interrupt.java. Compile or not? Yes, Java interrupt. Can you please spell out what is the output by default you are going to get, sir? Interface main method. Is it clear for all of it? Okay, that's all, sir. this is the story about static method present inside interface. Is it clear for all of you? So we can use, we can declare static methods inside interface. We can declare default methods inside interface. These facilities came from 1.8 version. What is the need of default method? How to declare? How you can use? What is the need of static method? How you can declare? How you can use? Clear for all of you, right? Okay, that's all.